In today's MLB Recap, Aaron Judge continues to put up stats that are only rivaled by guys who once had a balanced breakfast, guys like Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire. Judge is on pace for 63 home runs. We all know that Judge is probably going to win MVP, but what about the NL MVP? Mookie, he's probably in that conversation if he hadn't gotten hit in the hand, and he's hitting like he never missed any time. Twins fans, they were probably throwing controllers or punching air after this error. Be sure to stay and watch that madness, and down in the Marlins game, even more madness. We saw a guy get out on a walk. Let me repeat that. I'm not joking. He was walked and he still got out. We're going to talk about all of that and more in today's MLB Recap. This is a series where we recap every game every single day, so stick around, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're going to any last-minute baseball games or concerts, be sure to use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save $20 off your entire order. And also, if you've never tried out Underdog Fantasy, they got football, baseball, any sport that you can think of, and football starting in 1 week. They already have discounts for the Washington and Tampa Bay game, and if you use my code Fuzzy when signing up, you get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. You're welcome. We have some breaking news to begin today's recap. The Nationals are doing it again. Just weeks after calling up James Wood, a super prospect, they're calling up another super prospect, the number 2 overall pick from last year, Dylan Cruz. He was an absolute megastar at LSU with his teammate Paul Skeens. In 100 minor league games this year, Dylan, he teed off for 21 doubles, 13 home runs, 25 stolen bases. He's one of the fastest players in minor league baseball. He plays great defense. He's got some pop. I love what the Nationals have built, and they haven't even called up Robert Hassel yet. So because we just talked about the Nationals, let's talk about them facing off against the Braves in Atlanta. The Braves might be the most cursed team in baseball, not naming the Orioles or the Dodgers, because I'm crossing my fingers that Michael Harris is going to be okay. Now, to his credit, DJ Hurts, he did settle down after that, and Ronaldo Lopez, he did his thing as well. Hurts, he was special. 8 strikeouts over 5 innings, just 1 base hit. And Ronaldo even had his earned run erased with a Matt Olson home run. Matt has 22 home runs on the season, so a far cry from the 50-plus that he hit last year. But check out how the Braves threw this game away. Whit Merrifield, he couldn't handle a Kyber Ruiz chopper. And then Drew Millis, I'm pretty sure that's how you say his last name, he found a hole a few seconds after that. RC, he tried, but it was just out of reach. Then Luke Jackson, he threw back-to-back wild pitches. He has been terrible ever since they reacquired him. Remember, he won a World Series with them a few years ago. They try to have the magic happen again, and it's not really going. Kybert scores, and then Millis, he scored easy 2 seconds later as Jacob Young, he roped an RBI double, and Whit Merrifield, I mean, he's lucky they scored this a single. I know that ball was hit hard, but this is Major League Baseball. You should be making those plays. Either way, CJ, he's happy because he's given an RBI single. Kyle Finnegan, he has 32 saves as the Nationals closer, and they win the season series against the Braves. Just a complete meltdown by the Atlanta staff, and they hand Washington a free W. Every single run in this Mets-Padres game was scored on the long ball, and it started with JD Martinez hitting a frozen rope solo home run in the 4th inning. Skipping to the 6th, we have a web gem that I personally have never seen before. Profar, he smoked it as Iglesias was covering. Jose scooped it and tagged the bag for an out while he was basically sideways. Now staying with tags at second base, after Jose Quintana was pulled after going 6+ shutout, Jackson Merrill, he took off for second. He beats the throw to stolen base, but Jackson, he's too fast for his own good. His speed took him off the bag. He's out. And honestly, it's kind of crazy that my brain is already used to the bigger bases because, I mean, yeah, that's the bigger base. It doesn't look like it anymore. Jackson, he needed to be Peter Parker to stick to that bag and actually stay on it. It's all good, though, because the Padres, they still have an Avenger. Jurickson Profar, he's as clutch as it gets. He's not the best player, the best hitter in baseball, but maybe when it comes to being clutch, he might be the guy. He's got 21 home runs, a brand new career high, and in terms of high leverage situations, clutch moments, he has a 270 OPS plus. We're in the 9th inning now. Jake, he just gave Jackson a tip. I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, it worked out. That is Jackson Merrill's 2nd walk-off home run of the year. He's got a 160 OPS plus in high leverage moments. He's got 19 home runs and almost 130 OPS plus as a 21-year-old rookie. Who's the rookie of the year? Him or Paul Skeens? Now, years ago, we all thought that Joey Bart had a chance of being a 21-year-old rookie phenom for the Giants. But hey, you know what? It's better late than never, right? Now, this is only an RBI ground out, but he's got a 135 OPS. What just happened? He hurt something. I don't know what just happened to Joey Bart. Don't do it to us, baseball gods. Joey's finally breaking out. That made me sad, and honestly, I don't want to feel sad anymore, so I'm going to skip to this walk-off pimp job from Yasmani Grandal. That will definitely cheer me up. He just cleared the deck. They raised the Jolly Roger, whatever they say down in Pittsburgh. So Edwin Diaz, he allowed a walk-off home run to Jackson Merrill, and then his brother Alexis Diaz just allowed a walk-off home run to Yasmani. Not a great day for the Diaz family. So that does it for all of the walk-offs from yesterday. Now we're going to focus on a bunch of first-place teams across Major League Baseball and see if they actually won yesterday. We have another game where every single run was scored via a power swing. Starters Jacob Lopez and Gavin Stone, they were sharp early with Stone tossing 3 perfect frames to start it. And look at Lopez getting the unicorn to chase. Spoiler, by the way, Stone did not throw a perfect game. And another spoiler, Enrique Hernandez just spoiled Jacob Lopez's day. First, he robbed Tampa Bay of extra base hits, and then he muscled out a solo home run to ruin Jacob's shutout bid. That's when the LA kid did his thing. Johnny DeLuca, he was sent to the Rays in the Glasnow trade. He's from LA, and he got his payback. That's just his 4th home run, but he's been swinging a hot bat as of late. Gavin Stone, he bounced back to complete 7 on just 3 base hits. He racked up 7 strikeouts. He's been special as a rookie. Now, we had a weird play because DeLuca, he dropped the ball on the transfer, and the Dodgers thought that he dropped it. Then they backpicked for 2 outs. Oof, that does not look like it was a lot of fun. Ohtani, he took 92 to the forearm or hand or something like that. Either way, he stayed in. Unlike this baseball, Mookie Betts goes first pitch hacking. He's got 7 extra base hits, 11 RBIs in the 13 games off the IL. And then the former Tampa Bay Ray, Anthony Banda, he's been really good for the Dodgers. That's his 2nd save as the Dodgers beat the Rays 3-1. So the Dodgers keep their 4.5 game lead over the Padres. And we'll talk about the Diamondbacks in a second because they're on fire. They're just not in first place. The Yankees are, and I'm sure that Rockies fans probably turned this game off to watch Love Island or something like that, and that was a smart idea because the Yankees hammered the Rockies. Judge, that's his first of 2. This is a towering 2-run shot. He golfed out a changeup. His 3rd season with 50 home runs. He ties A-Rod for 2nd most ever. Glaber, he had a big day as well. Same with Juan Soto. They both laced RBI singles in the 2nd inning. I'll show this for Rockies fans because I kind of feel bad. Rookie Drew Romo, there he is with his first big league RBI. An RBI from Ryan McMahon actually made it a 1-run game, but that just woke up the Bronx Bombers. Soto, his 37th home run, 420 feet for the 25-year-old. People forget that he's only 25. He's younger than Adley Rutschman. Aaron Judge, this is the 6th time this year that he and Juan have gone back-to-back. He's got 51 home runs. He's now on pace for 63. He might beat his own AL record that he set a few years ago. And ever since he was ejected on May 4th, Judge is hitting .382 with 45 home runs in 94 games. Stanton, he just made it back-to-back. He's got a home run in 3 consecutive games, 23 on the year, 425 for his entire career. Glaber, a 3-run jack to put the cherry on top, a huge 4 RBI day, and he's got a .360 on base percentage his last 28 games. So Judge, he's got 51 home runs, 122 RBIs, a 1.2 OPS. Ohtani, he has 41 home runs, 40 stolen bases. Are these the greatest peaks that we've ever seen, like non-steroid peaks? To me, I feel like rookie Mike Trout is in the same conversation with 08-09 Albert Pujols. Then you have Judge and Ohtani, who I think already are 1,000% Hall of Famers. What do you guys think of that? The first place Astros were taking on the Orioles, so this is a perfect segue for us. Justin Verlander, he's on the mic to watch Pena and his crew rally as Jeremy, he singled and then scored from first base after Houston put on the hit and run. Don't forget that Jeremy, he's still top 2% in speed. He's still really young. The Astros, they kept it moving. Rookie Zach DeZenzo, he ripped a 2-run double, and it sounds Italian, so JB hit the Italian emote. He's like, I don't know what I just did, but it makes... I guess that's their selly for the rookie, that little Italian thing. Skipping to the 5th inning, Yusei was so close to going 5 scoreless when Ramon Urias cranked out a game-tying 3-run moonshot. He's got 9 home runs and a 111 OPS plus. We have more back-to-back action. It's not 3 in a row like the Yankees, but Bregman and Yainer Diaz, they flipped the script with 2 swings. Alex, he turned on a curveball and that ball barely left, but he does defeat that wall in left field. Yainer, he beat the wall in a big way. He went 10 rows back, 455 feet. He's now batting .301 with 16 home runs and 72 RBIs. Remember, he's a catcher, and he's got a 124 OPS plus since last year. Ramon Urias, he skied another ball, but look at Mauricio Dubon. He has no regard for his own body. He makes the play. You gotta love having teammates like that. Josh Hader, he has 28 saves on the season. He's allowed just 2 hits with 0 runs over his last 11 appearances. The Astros are firing on all cylinders right now. So every first place team has won so far. What about the Guardians and the Phillies? Jose, that's RBI number 103, so it's 1-0 on the sac fly. That's just the 2nd time in the last 20 games that the Guardians have scored first. Big Christmas. Did he strike again? Jhonkensy Noel has 6 home runs his last 11 games and 12 in his first 41. That ties a Cleveland record. The 2-time Gold Glover Stephen Kwan, he's showing that the leather won't ever slump despite the fact that his bat has been really bad. He tracks down a Zeke Duran blooper to end the third, and he's got to break out with the bat sometime soon. He went from hitting over 380 to now he's barely hitting 300. We're going to hit the skip button. We're in the 5th inning now. Jonah Heim, he hit a rocket RBI to the right center gap as Lane, I thought that he got there. He did, but he couldn't hang on. Texas, they then gift wrapped a run to give Cleveland their 2-run lead back, and good thing that they did that because Corey, he would have tied it on his 29th home run. He's 1 home run away from 200 for his career, and I know yesterday was Sunday, but every day is Friday. David Fry, he had a home run versus a righty, which is rare. The gates of heaven must have opened. Emmanuel Clase, he strikes out 3 in a row. He's got 38 saves and a 0.6 ERA. He might mess around and be a top 3 Cy Young guy. Only 2 more first place teams left, the Phillies and the Brewers. Wait for Bobby Witt Jr. later in this Phillies and Royals game because Skinny Schwarber, he knocked in Garrett Stubbs. And by the way, Stubbs went 4 for 4 in this game. Alec Boehm, he made sure that Bobby couldn't tie it. So after Alex singled in Schwarber. Hold on, I gotta slow down. After Alex singled home Skinny Schwarber and Trey, he clutched up with the leather. He's been really frustrated with himself in the box, so way to not take it out to the field. He kept runners off for Bobby Witt Jr., and the kid went 440. 440! He's on pace for a 30-30 season, 32 stolen bases, 32 home runs, and a near 11.5 F4. According to Fangraphs, he's been worth $70+ million in terms of production. Michael Garcia, he's been great with runners in scoring position, not great, kind of useless with no one on. That's his 7th home run, but he only has a 74 OPS plus. Seth Lugo, he's been having a brutal second half. He gave up 11 hits and 6 runs in this game. Stubbs and Schwarber, they drove in 2 more in the 6th inning, and Lugo, again, he's been ripped apart to a tune of a 5.2 ERA since the All-Star break, and the strikeouts have completely vanished. MJ Melendez, he stole some momentum momentarily. He's got 16 home runs. He wants to beat that career high of 18 he set back in 2022, but the hits kept on coming for the Phillies. Bryce, he struggled just like Seth Lugo in the second half, and he ditched the batting gloves. He's trying everything to break out, and there he is. He finally drove a ball hard. Alec Boehm, he had a 3 RBI days up to 88, and he's still basically hitting 390 on the year. Castellanos, he launched his team into double digits. He's batting 300 with 16 extra base hits and 20 RBIs in the second half. Our first place team's about to go a perfect 6 for 6, and it kind of looks like it. El Kraken, Scary Gary Sanchez, he can take his time on this home run trot. That is a 2-run home run off the rookie Joey Estes. Former A Frankie Montas, he flexed his nasty stuff. He went 3 perfect frames just like Gavin Stone, but we know that both of those guys did not throw perfect games. He got into a heap of trouble in the 4th, and this would have made me throw a controller. Bases loaded, nobody out. Yes, he missed his spot, but it was still a strike. Now it's a 3-2 count. Frankie, he paints strike 3, like paints it, and instead it's ball 4. Laz Diaz, he's got to go, man. He's probably the worst umpire in baseball now that Angel Hernandez is no longer in the game, and now Laz is prodding his way into the mound meeting saying, we've got to hurry it up, guys. The floodgates, they really opened after that as Seth Brown made it 6 hitters in a row to reach base, 2 sac flies after the RBI single from Brown. I mean, this was all Oakland needed to take this one, as Willy Adames, he hit a ball no less than 3 miles in the air, and yes, it did have enough juice to leave. He's got 23 home runs and 14 stolen bases, but a lot of throwing errors lately. A negative 12 DRS on the season. Mason Miller, he brewed up a W on his 21st save of the year, and with that, the Brewers are the only first-place team from yesterday to not win, but it's all good. They're 10 games up in their own division. What about some second-place teams? The Mariners and the Diamondbacks are both in second, and honestly, Arizona might be the best second-place team in baseball. Yes, even ahead of the Orioles, even though it's not really the Orioles' fault because they've been burned by injury after injury. Merrill Kelly, he's now getting burned by the long ball. Tristan Casas, he lengthens that Boston lineup so dang much. He's got 32 home runs and a 131 OPS plus his last 163 games. Devers, he's about to make some history. This is career home run number 200 for Rafi Big Scoops. He's the first Red Sox ever with 200 home runs before turning 28 years old. Yes, Ted Williams would have gotten there if he didn't fight in a literal world war, but still a crazy stat nonetheless. Tanner Houck, he forgot how to throw strikes in the 5th inning. He literally walked the bases loaded, and you just can't do that in the big leagues. Perdomo and Corbin, they put the ball in play. Arizona, they're just pecking away at the lead. Jake McCarthy, he peppered a base knock the other way. He has an RBI in 4 consecutive games. The Red Sox, they're still out in front. Houck, he's trying to get Gino to roll over, and instead he just rocked it out for a home run. Eugenio Suarez has been Kroger's Aaron Judge the last month. He's batting .310 with 14 home runs and 45 RBIs his last 42 games. Again, Kroger's Judge. Knock off Aaron Judge. He's not Aaron Judge. Check out these next two swings, by the way. You may never see this ever again. Perdomo, he turned on a pitch, and it banged off of pesky pole for a 319-foot home run. Tyler O'Neill, a second 319-foot home run. Right field in Boston is just a glitch. Arizona, they do complete the sweep, though, as Justin Martinez now has 6 saves, and the Diamondbacks, they've won 6 games in a row. Elliot Ramos, I mean, he's looking like Mike Trout down in Seattle. We know that Mike Trout has a lot of fun in Seattle. Elliot smoked his second 2-run home run of the series. That's 20 home runs, and also, by the way, the first home run allowed to a righty by Brian Wu all season long. Now, Brian's offense did cut it in half with a Cal Raleigh RBI single, and the Mariners got bailed. Robbie Ray was cooking. 4 strikeouts, 1 hit over the first 3 innings versus his old team, but he had to leave early with some hamstring issues. J-Rod's speed came in clutch because, I mean, he's been bad this year offensively, but luckily that speed does not slump. He beats out the double play, and they just kept on putting the ball in play. No RBI for Mitch, but another run scores. Josh Rojas, this is an RBI. Mariners fans were super grateful for that insurance run because rookie Grant McCray, he demolished what would have been a game-tying home run. Now, that was not off of Brian Wu. More on him in just a second. Andres Munoz, he struck out Mark Hanna to seal his 19th save. So the Mariners are 4.5 games back of first place, 6.5 games of the wild card. So they definitely have to try and catch the Astros. But hey, a shout out to Brian Wu. He's a 5-starter with a 2 ERA, and he struck out 7 over 7. He allowed 1 run on 4 hits. The kid's gross. We talked about the Snakes winning 6 in a row, which is the best win streak right now in baseball outside of the Blue Jays. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., he's doing nothing this year but hitting missiles. He stayed on an outside changeup, and Springer, he scored all the way from first base. This Addison Barger kid, I've said this before, he swings a toothpick. He only takes daddy hacks. He used that elite bat speed to drill a 2-run home run, all while Kevin Gausman, he was carving on the mound. He spun the fastball and the splitter. That duo, I mean, he punched out, what, 10 strikeouts over 7, just 2 base hits, and check this out. Check this out. Vladdy, he was just given the Aaron Judge treatment. And Aaron Judge, now granted, it was with 2 outs, so that's a little bit more impressive, but Vladdy was intentionally walked with no one on. They wanted to try and bounce Alejandro Kirk into a double play, but Alejandro Kirk took that personally. That is a 2-run long ball, and then later on in the game, Vladdy stepped in, and the baseball gods are just rewarding Vladdy all year long. I don't know how he got that ball to land. He's batting .320 with 35 doubles, 27 home runs, a 170 OPS plus. And with that, the Blue Jays, they went a perfect 7-0 against the Angels this season. All right, this was a fun game. The Twins, they owned the first half of this one versus the St. Louis Cardinals as Willie Castro, he slammed a pitch out for his 11th home run, and Austin Martin, he was flying out there looking like an Aston Martin making grabs. Just he turned on the turbos. Zebby Matthews, the rookie, he was spinning that slider, and he got some big help from the umpire. That was not a strike. I'm sorry, Tommy Pham. Umpires have been brutal lately. Eric Fetty and the Cardinals, they started prying away at the momentum after that bad strike 3 call. Fetty got Margot to go, so that ends the jam, and leg kick Victor Scott could be a problem going forward. That's his second big league home run. He's still striking out a lot, but the pop, it looks a little bit more consistent. Eric Fetty and Zebby Matthews, they combined for just 1 run, and they both struck out 7. Now we're in the 8th as Royce, he stepped in as a pinch hitter. There's a runner at first base, and that's a go-ahead pinch hit double to the gap. So when you have a lead for Johan Duran, and Duran just got his ground ball with 1 out, that's going to end it on a Oh my, Edward Julian, he threw it into left field, and then Lars Nootbaar, he sent one to left field. Johan missed his spot, so with that splitter, it was supposed to be down. He left it up and away, and with the shift on, no one's going to get there. Ryan Helsley, he's a Terminator. He came in, he has 40 saves. Now, the Cardinals, they're 5 games back of the 3rd place wildcard spot, but if you're a Twins fan, you're so mad right now. So the Cardinals are actually back out in front of the Cubs after Chicago lost big down in Miami, and it took some time. I'm going to trim some fat in this one, but I do want to show off a few young guys, including this dude, Connor Norby, a leadoff home run. The rookie had 3 base hits in this one, and also he's got a home run in back-to-back games. He's batting .375 with 6 extra base hits his first 6 games. Between him and Xavier Edwards, they could be a mean duo at the top of the order. Jesus Sanchez, he takes a mean cut at baseballs, 420 feet for his 16th home run. Here's Connor Norby's 3rd base hit. I think we're in the 8th inning now or something like that. Jake Berger, he laced a double down the line to get Connor all the way over to 3rd base with no one out. They intentionally walked Jesus Sanchez to set up a force out, but Jesus is now out, so he was walked, but for some reason he got confused and he just stopped before first base. He never touched first. I don't know what just happened there. Either way, Jonah Bride, he had an RBI sac fly to score an RB. Otto Lopez and Kyle Stowers, I'll talk about Stowers in a second, they lasered some RBIs to really pour it on. So Connor Norby and Kyle Stowers has been a little bit rough in his career as a Marlin, but they came on over in the Trevor Rogers trade. Trevor Rogers is currently in AAA because he got sent down. He was that bad. Derek Hill, he tacked on their 7th and final run. Miami, I'm afraid they might have cooked this trade deadline. Sorry, White Sox fans. I can't believe I'm saying it, but you just lost your 100th game on August 25th. Even though Benny and Vaughn, they had some RBI doubles early, the rookie Colt Keith deposited a first pitch RBI, and then Vaughn erased that run with a mammoth home run. But again, the Sox did not win. Rookie Parker Meadows, by the way, the rookies are about to take over. Rookie Parker Meadows, he was handed a free RBI triple because Benny Biceps just sucks at defense. Rookie Jace Young, he plates rookie Parker Meadows, and then the rookie Trey Sweeney brought home rookie Jace Young. That was a lefty-lefty base hit as well. These dudes can rake. Andy Ibanez lit up a mistake pitch off Enyel De Los Santos, who was decent for the Guardians last year, but now he's got a near 6 ERA. He's on his 3rd team or something like that. We have more free 3 bases for the Tigers as right fielder Corey Julks, he couldn't handle at the track. 2 more score on that double. Again, it was credited as a double. Colt, he has a big 3 RBI day. He gets all the way to 3rd base. I think the 2024 White Sox, I didn't see the Spiders or some of the bad teams from back in the day, but the White Sox are 100% the worst team I have ever laid my eyes on. I can literally smell them from here. They stink. Well, everyone, that does it for today's recap. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, do me a couple favors. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're brand new. Send this to a friend if you think that they might enjoy the series. You guys really help me out. Thank you for everything, and enjoy the web gems.
Broken bat. And Sosa! That sounded like a broken back. Orlando Arcia all in one motion.
Ground ball to third, under the glove. Arenado, wind backs up, throws to first.
This one in well out toward left center field, and it's going to be caught by.
Pretty good drive. Haniger giving chase. Hey now, he made the catch.